And I think we are recording once again. Hello everyone, this is Carlos again. This is a correction to the second video I made, which is the SG1100 and OpenVpn with a couple of clients connecting. Somebody pointed out, need information Johnny 5, that about 2 minutes 17 seconds in it started making an echo. I made that video again. Took again another 10 minutes of recording, but about 7 minutes in it started making that echo again. So I don't know what happened. I'm trying a third time. I muted everything except the Jetty, the blue microphone, see if this works, and hopefully it sounds well. Trying to keep an eye on the levels. Okay, so first of all, thanks everyone for watching, for subscribing, for sharing it, and all the input as well. It is appreciated. I never thought I'd get more than a couple of hits, but I got about 500 views on that first video. And thank you again, everyone. Keep watching if you can, and sharing as well. So quickly to go over sort of what the previous video was. Tom Lawrence made a very detailed review about the SG1100. It's a lot of good points, so I encourage you to go and see it. And as he pointed out, right, that was the main question, whether it would route at 1 gigabit and if it will do VPN, at a decent speed. So it's quasi, from what you can gather, his video is quasi 1 gigabit. If you know the protocols, TCP, because of the overhead, it's not quite there yet. It's less than 800 megabits per second. UDP goes over 900 megabits per second, I believe. So it's quasi 1 gigabit. With mixed traffic, you're not going to get 1 gigabit, but it's kind of hard to tell unless you have a gigabit of service to your location, like real life scenario, right? So you have to determine your use case. And just as a reminder, I'm going to post, I'll bring up this page. 1 gigabit, is 125 megabytes per second, but overhead will bring that down. So just keep that in mind. And just to give an idea, once I run the test, I want to go over this quickly. This is, speedof.me. It uses HTML5, so no Java, nothing crazy, no clients, and we'll see what kind of speed I'm getting here. Please don't mind the advertisement, that's not mine. But this is a little bit on the slow side. I'm connected via Ethernet. You know what? Forget this page. I'm getting it was my favorite before. Now I'm tired of it. So let's go to, whoa, no way. This is not right. Let's just rerun that test. I'm only paying for 100 megabits per second. And again, like I said before, I hope the cable company doesn't realize that I'm getting a little more. I'm guessing with cable, as you know, the less people that are online, the better your bandwidth. I'm paying for 100, and look at what I'm getting right now. So this is not normal on after 5 p.m. when everybody gets home and starts watching Netflix. In any case, you can see that there is a bit of traffic going on in the background. And now what I'm going to do is exactly that. Show you what happens. And I said this before, connecting two clients. Oh, no, let me stop that. I connected one client right now, a computer, and you will see it probably popping up there in a moment. It's connected already. Sometimes they don't pop up right away. Whenever I'm using the GUI and stressing it a little, it popped up already. You can see it on the screen. So now I'm going to launch my iPad OpenVPN. You might be able to see it or not. I'm turning on this client as well. It's going to ask me for the password, and I'm keeping it with LastPass. I encourage everybody to use it, and you should see that one. And because I'm just trying to load it up, you see the second client going on. Come on. I'm going to play a video with this. Okay, and now I'm going to launch a third client, which is another PC. Now they're sharing this. The third and fourth client that I'm launching, they are, and my phone I'm not doing over Wi-Fi. I'm actually doing it through my service provider, showing off the Wi-Fi, and now I'm gonna do OpenVPN. Like I said before, when you have a lot of clients connecting, right, there could be the issue that the client that goes on last may have a problem logging in. I've noticed this once or twice when I did this. For the most part, they do connect nicely. Okay, so I'm done. I'm connecting this last client and see what happens. There are two clients connected with the one username, and you can allow it for that. I'm already connected. You can see it. You can probably see the VPN logo. You see it? Okay. So now I'm going to connect in another YouTube video, just to stress the CPU a little bit in there. Okay. So I'm pressing play. I'm going to mute it. So now you will see traffic in and out. But what I want you to focus on is this. I have 4 clients, 2 Windows PCs, 1 and 2 iOS devices connecting. The CPU is encoding everything. 3 of the devices are on my LAN. So the traffic is coming into the SG1100, being encrypted, and then being sent to the device, right? So the machine is doing the encryption. In case people are asking, how many VPNs can they get out of this? That's, in my opinion, is going to be limited by your upload speed. Because if you have, 100 megabits per second, you might get, 10 megabit per second streams encoded, if you can get that much, but that's, you're saturating your line. So if you're asking if this device can do 1 gigabit, if you have a pipe like that coming to your location and you have the means to saturate that pipe, this is not the device for you. I suggest get something beefier, the SG3100, or maybe make something even higher end than that, and depending on your needs, build your own version of a router or firewall. But if you're just at home, small office, home office, small business, this is the target of as the SG1100. Should have no problem handling a couple of VPN connections. Right now, I'm doing 4, and if you can see it, that they're all streaming. They're all streaming a video, actually. Let's see. Yeah, I'm streaming a video on all of them right now, and it's encoding it and sending it back to the client. So the stress right now you're seeing, the CPU usage, I think is most of the time the GUI that's causing it. Don't quote me on this, but whenever I move the mouse, something goes on. That's what happens. So if you don't have a gigabit of service at home, this is okay. If you have even 500 megabits per second with mixed traffic, this should have no problem. Shouldn't even break a sweat. And remember, pfSense, all the features, and low power consumption. I don't think it's even 7 watts at full load. So as you can see, it does a good job with the VPNs. I think the limitation is going to be your upload speed. If you don't have a gigabit, don't bother, going for something bigger. This is more than enough. It will be a good introduction for pfSense. You'll have the security and ease of use, etc., etc. So, I encourage you to get it if this is targeted for you, home office, small business, and home user. This is good enough. It's a pretty capable device. So, just enjoy it. Other than that, I think I'm trying to keep it under 10 minutes. So 7 minutes and 42 seconds. As you can see, it's going. And like I said, you can put more than one client under one username, which is what I'm doing right now. One more thing, if you really want to be secure, when you set up the VPN, tell it to route all the traffic through the SG1100, because I tested this at a clinic. I took somebody to the clinic and I tested the VPN there. Sure, my traffic was being, you can see the things popping up right here. I could see my traffic being encrypted, but whenever I did IP chicken or what is my IP.com, it would show the location where I was in the clinic where I was. Same at a coffee shop. I came back, reconfigured it to route all the traffic through the VPN, went back outside. Sure enough, when I did IP chicken, it was the IP of the SG1100. So keep that in mind if you want your traffic to be completely secured. It does put a little more of load on the device because all of the traffic is being routed, absolutely everything. And so yes, this is what you want if you want to be completely secure. And remember, TCP traffic is always a little more taxing, especially if you're doing something more intensive. I'm not talking about browsing the web or looking at a video. I'm talking about downloading large files or things like that, which require TCP for, confirmation that the little packets of information are going and coming back correctly. Then that might take a little bit of more load. And of course, it's going to be a little less data being moved, less throughput, less bandwidth. So yeah, if you want more, please post any questions. Hopefully the audio in this thing is good. Tom Lawrence has a good video too, so I encourage you to go see it as well. And yes, thanks again everyone for watching, subscribing. I apologize if you're looking at this again and you already saw it in the other one, but this just has the corrected audio, I hope. Again, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to do some Synology videos because I've had that in my machine for more than a year, and I'm taking advantage with Plex, storage, backups. It's a lot of things you can do with it. I encourage you, if you have one, use it to its full potential. Okay, talk to you soon.